I was granted a
5-year multiple entry visa
to South Korea, and I'll be sharing you how I did it. Hey guys! Welcome back to another video. It's me again, and finally meron na ulit tayong Korean visa video. It's already my second time applying for a Korean visa. If you've seen my previous video, doon na-share ko na na-deny yung brother ko and further details about that. But this time, I am applying alone, and in this video, I will cover all of the documents I submitted, how I filled out the application form, and how I submitted the documents sa KVAC. And also at the end of the video, I will also be sharing some tips with you. I will also be putting the chapters dito sa baba so we can go exactly dun sa topic na after kayo, because this will be a lengthy but a very detailed video for those that are also wanting to apply for a Korean visa. There are 3 ways you can submit your Korean visa application. First is through the Korean Visa Application Center. No need for you to schedule an appointment. You can just directly walk in sa KVAC. So that is located in Brittany Hotel in BGC, and the KVAC is located on the 9th floor. Later, I'll go through the details of that process because that's the process I actually opt in for. And secondly is through a travel agency. So yung travel agency, ito yung ginawa namin previously. So sa process na ito, ang travel agency naman ang magsasubmit ng application mo sa KVAC. Though merong fee yung pag-a-assess ng travel agency sa inyo. Last year, it was around 1,000 pesos. I'm not sure if ganun pa rin yung presyo. So, make sure to coordinate first with the travel agency then kung how much yung fee na meron sila, and are there any other process na kailangan aware kayo. Of course, they're also catering to different people. So, there might be a need for you to reserve your slot for an assistance sa travel agency. So, bukod sa pag-submit ng application mo sa KVAC, tumutulong din sa inyo ang travel agency sa pag-check ng documents nyo, ng application form nyo. So that's also one thing that's good about that. The third and last option that I know as of today is to go through the courier process. So merong partner ang embassy na courier service, that is W Express, pero only tourist visas lang ang pwedeng mag-submit ng application through this process. So ilalagay ko na lang din yung link ng W Express and yung notice nila na you can submit your Korean visa application through them in the description box below. First of all, my application falls under C39. So that is the short-term tourism. And I am an employed individual. Pwede nyo i-check kung anong visa type kayo nag-fall under and anong requirements yung kailangan nyong ipasa by going through the Korean Embassy website. And ilalagay ko din yung link na yan sa description box so you can check the latest details about that. Additionally, this year, the Korean Embassy has partnered with different banks, allowing people to go through a simplified visa application process, and those are people that are holding certain kinds of credit cards. Meron ding ibang mga eligibility that can go through the simplified process. Meron dyan yung mga politicians, certain PRC license holders, and also yung mga high-ranking government officials. And this process also covers the dependents na meron yung mga eligible people. Yung mga dependents, those are just your parents, anak mo na minor, unless student pa yung anak mo, you just have to provide a proof na student pa siya. Another one is your spouse and also yung magulang ng asawa mo. But do take note that this simplified process is only up until December 31, 2025. So, you may need to check if this process is still extended the time that you're watching this video. So me, I went through the simplified process through my BDO credit card. Since I opted for the simplified process, hindi ko na kailangan mag-submit ng mga financial documents like ITR, bank certificate, and bank statement. Now, on to the documents that I submitted. So first, of course, you have to prepare your application form, and dapat it's printed on an A4 paper. You have the passport-sized colored picture. Yung original passport mo, photocopy rin ng bio page ng passport mo. And please make sure na wala kayong upcoming international flights in the next 3 weeks, because you might not get your passport in time for your next flight dahil ang embassy ay may at least at minimum 2 weeks na turnaround time. And it can even take longer kapag nag-apply ka during peak season. Original certificate of employment. With the embassy, hina-highlight nila na dapat merong landline. Pero in my case, walang landline yung company namin. We only do employment verification through email. And yung isa sa mga bago na requirement ng embassy na wala sa previous application ko is the privacy consent form. So if you do download the application form directly sa Korean Embassy website, and I'll also put a link down in the description below, kasama naman na yung privacy consent form sa pinakadulo ng PDF file. Now, as part of the simplified process, I also submitted a photocopy of my credit card with all of the details, my name, membership date, and expiry date. And also, the latest 3-month statement of account ng credit card. Nag-submit din ako ng cover letter, but ang cover letter, it's not really mandatory. Pero dito, in-include ko yung explanation kung bakit walang landline number yung company namin and how they can verify my employment through the email that I have provided. And also, siningit ko na din dito yung request ko for a multiple entry. So, sa cover letter ko, it's very simple lang. If-flash ko na lang din dito. It's very short and concise. And also, yung reason ko for asking multiple entry, I think gasgas na tong reason na to sa embassy. I told them na I wanted to see and experience the 4 seasons in Korea, and also I wanted to come back as much as I can because I am a K-drama and a K-pop fan. Guys, please do check the latest information about the requirements in the Korean Embassy website. Ilalagay ko na lang din siya ulit dito sa description box sa baba para alam nyo kung ano yung mga latest or if there are any additional documents that you need to provide depending on your visa type. Now, I'll be taking you through the application form and how I filled it out. I have basically filled it out the same way as I did the last year. Again, reiterating that this is how I filled out my application form as a short-term tourist. So, maaaring may differences if you are, let's say, invited by a company or by a relative. So, mayroong mga section na you will have to fill out differently as I have. Remember to print out your application form in an A4 sized paper, and yung details na ilalagay nyo ay typewritten and written in all caps. Now, for the personal details in here, 2 things for you to take note of is dito sa 1.2, if you have any Chinese character name, wala naman ako, so I just put in NA. And same for 1.7, which is the national identity number. I just put in NA since ito yung advice sa akin ng travel agency before, and it has worked with my previous application form, so na-approve naman ako, no? So, I didn't bother to change how I filled it out. Dito naman, no, sa details of visa application, I'm only staying less than 90 days, so I checked short term. And for the status of stay, I just put in C39 tourist. Ngayon, punta naman tayo sa passport information. So, just put in the appropriate details that you have in there. And para sa part like 3.7 na may yes or no option, if your answer is no sa question, no need for you to fill out the other connecting questions to that. But of course, make sure to read them carefully para masigurado. Then for the other sections like yung contact information, yung marital status, family details, and education, it's pretty straightforward naman. So you just have to fill it out accordingly. For the employment section, the only thing different here for me is walang landline yung company namin. So I have just put in NA sa telephone, and that is what I have explained sa cover letter din. Now let's get into the details dito, no, sa details of visit. Dito, specify mo yung purpose mo and details ng stay mo sa Korea. So chinek ko lang yung tourism, and I have put 6 days as my intended period of stay. And if you're planning to stay in Korea for, let's say, longer than that, like 10 days, 15 days, and if you think na medyo alanganin yung balance mo, no, sa bank account mo, ganyan, I suggest to just put like a standard number of days, like 5 days, 6 days. That makes sense sa current na balance mo sa bank. In the application form, you also need to put in your intended date of entry. Hindi naman mandatory to have a flight already booked. You also don't need to provide a proof ng flight itinerary mo because that is not recommended and baka maging reason pa yon na ma-deny yung application mo. But do note na dapat ang ilalagay mo ring date dito, nagme-make sense kung kailan mo isasubmit yung application mo. So for example, you are going to apply or you are going to submit your application to KVAC mga around November 2024 and yung nakalagay na date na intended date of entry mo sa Korea ay March 2025 pa. So that's more than 3 months. Kailangan maging mindful ka din na ang single entry visa is only valid for 3 months. So by the time na approve ka and yung nakaplano mong entry sa Korea next year na March pa, baka hindi na valid yung na-issue sa'yo na visa. And applying too early can also be a reason for you to get denied. And also in this same section, they also ask you to provide the details of your accommodation. It's not mandatory for you to book your accommodation in advance and especially nang wala ka pang visa. Ako personally, I put in the details of the hostel that I'm planning to check in talaga. So na-factor ko na din kung how much yung per night. And you should also consider that when you put in your budget allocation later sa application form. So yung address naman and contact number ng accommodation, may kita mo naman din yan sa Google. Sa 8.6 naman, I have ticked yes dahil may previous travel na ako to South Korea last year. And you just have to indicate the purpose of your previous travel and travel date. Sa 8.7 naman, I have indicated my previous international travels excluding South Korea. In my last application, actually sobra pa sa 5 yung international travels ko, but I just picked out the latest 5. And for the next parts of this section, I just answered no sa 8.8 and 8.9 since I don't have any family members living in Korea and nor will I travel with any family members. So, next naman ay ang details of invitation. So, since hindi naman ako invited na pumunta ng Korea, I just answered no. But again, if you are, then you will have to fill out this section differently. Now, for the funding details, I believe that this section is one of the most important section in the form. The consul will assess what you put in here together with the financial documents that you will submit. So they will check if you have enough financial capability in funding your trip or if consistent ba yung budget na i-provide mo dito with the bank balance na meron ka, yung salary mo, and as well as if you have gone through the simplified process kung okay ba yung standings mo sa credit card mo. Ako kasi nagbabudget lang ako ng
100 to 120 USD.
per day. So, kinakalculate ko lang siya. So, let's say for 6 days, I have just allotted like 800 USD. In this, I have already considered yung rate ng accommodation ko as well as also yung food pa rin, yung any shopping na gagawin mo, transportation. So, since I am funding my own travel, I have put in my name dito sa who is funding the travel. And doon sa relationship naman, I have put in myself. And sa type of support is financial support and my contact details. If you will be sponsored by a family member or any other people, like let's say baka company mo yung magsusponsor sa'yo, there will be additional documents that you will need to provide like the affidavit of support and guarantee, financial documents naman na magsusupport sa'yo, and also ang PSA birth certificate if yung sponsor mo ay isang family member so that you can prove your relationship with one another. You can also check out my last Korean visa video dahil yung pamangkin ko and yung brother ko go through dito sa sponsorship process. So, next naman is the assistance with this form section. I just take no since ako lang din naman yung nag-fill out ng application form ko. And for the declaration part of the form, just make sure that you sign it personally. So, wag digital signature, e-signature, ganyan. So, you need to sign it with a pen. Now, let's get into the process of the Korea Visa Application Center. Now, you can find KVAC sa Brittany Hotel. Tabi lang siya ng SM Aura sa BGC. So, the KVAC is located on the 9th floor. Its operating hours is at 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. every Mondays to Fridays. Also, note nyo lang, no, if you're planning to submit sa KVAC, tingnan nyo kung may upcoming kaming holiday sa Korea kasi they honor the Korean holidays din. So, if holiday sa Korea, most likely, hindi open ang KVAC. So, ako, I arrived sa KVAC ng mga around 9:23 a.m. So, you can go straight to the elevator. You can just pass by sa reception area. You can go past by the main elevators and just take the elevators na nandun sa restaurant area nila. So, once you get to the 9th floor, you just have to line up sa reception area nila. And in there, the staff will do the initial checks ng document mo. So, they will also ask you what type of visa you're applying for, and then they will look at your documents. And doon, titingnan nila if may kulang ka ba or if there's something wrong with your application form. And sa application form mo, if meron kang kulang, they also have computers available for you so you can edit your application form and print it there then sa KVAC. So, they just charge 10 pesos for printing doon. Let's say, meron kang kulang, for example, yung privacy consent form, meron sila doon readily available and you just have to pay 10 pesos din para makabili sa kanila ng form. Once ma-verify nila na complete ang documents mo for your application, they will give you a queue number. You will just go to the waiting area nila. Madami namang upuan na to, but if, you're going in a peak season, medyo dumadami din yung tao. At around 9:43, nabigyan na ako ng queue number. At that point, mga 30 people pa yung nag-aantay ng turn nila before me. Actually, it was around 1 hour and 10 minutes yung inantay ko bago natawag yung number ko. So, around 10:41 a.m., my queue number was already called. So, I proceeded to the 10th floor. Side note lang, going to the 10th floor, you have to take the stairs. So, if you have any mobility issues, you may need to call that out dun sa staff so they can assist you in taking the elevator na lang. So, hindi na pwede mag-video dito sa 10th floor, but what you will need to do is you have to go to the counter assigned to your queue number. So, dito, sa stage na to, siniscreen na ng staff thoroughly yung application form mo. So, they really look at every single detail nung nasa loob ng application mo. Actually, ang na-observe ko, sa application form, they check certain informations doon. Siguro mark yon na it's something that the consul should take a look at. Ito yung mga details na kailangan nilang basahin, ganyan. Ang observation ko, how they stack it together. So the first thing that they put on top is the privacy consent form, followed by your application form. And next naman doon is your passport bio page and yung COE na, yung mga financial documents. But for me, it was the credit card details. And lastly, nilalagay nila sa huli yung cover letter. Since, yun nga, hindi naman kasi talaga siya mandatory. So, after reviewing the documents you have submitted, they will give you a slip that you will need to present doon sa cashier and you will pay 900 pesos for the application fee. So, yung 900 pesos na yan, standard yan sa lahat ng stays that are less than 90 days. So, once you have paid, you will just need to go back to the counter that was assigned to you. The staff will just let you know that this is your revisiting date. Basically, what that means is yun yung tentative release date ng passport mo. In my case, it was October 7. Again, it's really dependent on peak season ba or kung madami bang backlogs ang embassy. At minimum, it will take 2 weeks before they return your passport to you. In the same counter, they will also ask you if you want to pick up your passport directly sa KVAC din or if you want to opt in for a courier service. So, once ready na yung passport mo, ipapadala sa'yo sa delivery address mo yung passport mo. So, may additional fees yun, of course, but I just opted to pick up my passport sa KVAC mismo. Now, magbibigay sila sa'yo ng slip and this slip, merong details nga nung kung kailan yung revisiting date mo, application number mo, and as well as yung mga contact details ng KVAC. If you want to follow up your application kasi past na yung revisiting date mo, then you can just contact them. After submitting and paying for my application, it didn't even take me more than 5 minutes to complete the entire process. At around 10:50 a.m., tapos na ako sa lahat-lahat sa KVAC. Right after ko mag-submit sa KVAC, nakakuha agad ako ng text na receive na yung application ko. So I will be outlining the timeline here. So I submitted to KVAC on September 20, 10:50 a.m. So nag-reflect yung application submitted status sa Korean Embassy website ng September 23 around 4 p.m. So under review status was updated ng around October 1 at 2 p.m. And I received a KVAC confirmation text at around October 4, 3:48 p.m. So you will need to wait for the text from KVAC na screened and stored na. And you can directly check na sa Korean Embassy website kung ano yung status ng application mo if you're approved or if you are denied. Since you have already gotten that screened and stored text coming from KVAC, you can go and proceed the next business day and claim your passport. So I'll also be sharing with you a couple of tips that I have learned along the way. I think before anything else, I would like to say that there is no exact formula as to how you will be granted a single entry or even a multiple entry visa. It really depends on your personal profile, the documents you have submitted, and also yung discretion din talaga ng consul. There are some cases where it doesn't make sense na bakit na-deny tong tao na to. Meron din kasing mga cases na ang ganda-ganda ng profile ng isang nag-a-apply pero magagulat ka, hindi man lang sila nabigyan kahit single entry man lang. But of course, there are also some things that you can do para mas maging mataas ang chances mo para mag-grant ka ng Korean visa. So first is to learn from the experiences of other people. So how will you be able to do that? You can join different visa groups sa Facebook. Ang masasuggest ko is the Korea Visa Updates 2.0. So madaming mga members doon that help people out with their questions, and also very helpful din yung mga admins and yung mga moderators ng group na yon. Ilalagay ko yung link ng group na yon and you can join, and if you have like very special cases or even questions na nag-wonder talaga kayo ng kung paano yung situation nyo, ano yung right approach, or how you will be able to fill out your application better, you may feel free to join that group and also just post your questions, and I'm sure the members of the group will be very happy to help you out. Next is keep your application simple and consistent. Don't overthink your application too much na to the point na kung ano na ng additional documents yung pinoprovide mo, because that might also be a loophole that the consul will see na meron kang inconsistent details na pinoprovide, and baka you're making your application too complicated for the consul to review. So be mindful then na, the consuls are reviewing so much application in one day. So mas maganda talaga na just keep it simple. Kung ano lang yung mga required na documents, yun lang i-submit mo. But if you really see talagang kailangan mo i-provide tong specific document na to and will help your application, go ahead, because they will still review the documents that you will submit in KVAC, and if they tell you na hindi na to kailangan, then ganon. Tulad ng sinasabi ko kanina sa application form, make sure that you are financially capable. Lalo na kung yung travel mo is self-funded, make sure na enough yung balance sa bank mo. Isa to sa nakikita ng mga tao kung bakit nade-deny ang isang applicant sa kanilang Korea visa application, dahil there might be inconsistencies in terms of the budget that you indicate in the application form versus sa sinasabi ng mga financial documents na sinasubmit mo. Baka kasi mamaya, ang nilalagay mong budget na allocated mo for your travel is yun lang din yung mismong laman ng bank mo. Or there can be also some cases where you indicate a budget and that is already more than half of your entire balance sa bank. And through that, the consul might think that you're not financially capable enough to fund your travel. So again, make sure that you're declaring a budget that is aligned to your financial documents and to your salary as well. But also, I just wanted to share na I have friends that have tried to apply for a Korea visa with less than 100,000 in their bank account and like 4 digits lang din ang kanilang ADB. They were still granted the single entry visa. So, talagang case-to-case basis to, pero of course, mas okay na prepared ka. Ang next naman is to be able to prove that you have strong ties with the country. Isa to sa mga pinaka-main reasons kung bakit nade-deny ang isang applicant is because the documents they have provided did not really show that they have strong ties with the Philippines. Dahil aminin natin, madami din talagang mga Pilipinong nagti-TNT sa Korea. One opportunity for you to prove your ties with the Philippines is through your employment. Kung medyo bago-bago ka pa lang sa company mo, medyo hindi ganon ka recommended ng mga tao na mag-apply ka ng visa. Ang advice ng iba is to wait until you are already employed for more than 1 year in the same company before you apply for a visa. The last tip that I will be giving you is to review your application as many times as you can. So that may be the supporting documents that you will submit and your application form. So yung application form ko, I have reviewed it so many times. And I have asked my mom to check it for me. And may nakita siya na na-miss out ko na details na buti na lang talaga na-catch niya. Having another set of eyes look at everything will give you a sense of security then. Have your friends, have your family, or have your travel agency read through your application. And that's it. Sana nakatulong tong visa application video na ito. I tried to be as detailed as I can. But if you have any other questions, do feel free to pop them in sa comment section and I'll try my best to answer them with my best of my abilities and knowledge in the process. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also subscribe na din kayo para makita nyo yung mga next uploads ko sa Korea during this autumn season. If you are interested, I also visited Korea last spring. Ilalagay ko na lang din yung playlist dito, and if you are a K-drama fan or even a K-pop fan, you will appreciate the DIY tours that I did because I went to different K-drama locations and different K-pop agencies. It was a very detailed DIY tour as well. And make sure to subscribe, guys, because I will be doing those DIY K-drama locations tour very soon. So yun, guys, thank you so much and I'll see you again in my next video. Bye!
Never let him get you down. Gonna make it stay just fine. 이대로 모자라지도 넘치지도